Okay, in the last slide, we were discussing about tip 8. Now it's tip 9. Critically analyze what you read and hear. That is, for example, when you search a textbook in Google, the first option given by Google need not be the good one, because the bookseller might have given the money for placing it on the top. There your analysis is required, otherwise you will go for the wrong one. That's what. Critically analyze what you read and hear, then take action. Next, tip 10, it's both what you say and the way you say it, about communication. It's all about communication. It's not what you got, but also how you package it. Every good idea is useless if you can't package it well. Good idea is useless if you don't present it well. We spend hours in it, so we need to do it well. That's why we are spending a lot of time before making any presentations. We communicate with client, teammates, machines, etc. What you want them to learn, you should know that. What is their interest? How sophisticated are they? How much detail do they want? Whom do you want to own the information? How you motivate them to listen to you? Here you can see WISDOM. Wisdom. So you communicate wisdom as a pragmatic programmer. Know what you want to say. You should know what you want to say. Know your audience. What is the standard of your audience? Then only you can present effectively. Choose your moment. Choose a style. You have your own style. Make it look good. Involve your audience. Be a listener. Get back to people. It's both what you say and the way you say it. That is. And next is rewards. What is, as a pragmatic programmer, what is your reward? Active involvement in your work. Mastery on number of subjects. As a pragmatic programmer, mastery on number of subjects will help you to grow. Pleasure of feeling of continuous improvements. It's a pleasure. It's a passion. In long run, you and your team will be more efficient. If you go like that, your team will be more efficient after some time, like in a long run. You can make easily maintainable code. You can reduce meetings. Once the team members are in the same wavelength, you can reduce meetings. So that's all about this up to 10 to 11. Now we will go to tips 11 to 20. Before going to tips 11 to 20, we have to learn some terminologies. That are, knowledge is unstable. Changes after a meeting with client. Knowledge is not at all stable. It can change. When after a meeting with the client, their requirement will be more, so your knowledge will change. You have to adopt accordingly to the needs of the customers. Change in the business rule. There are business rules can change, policies can change. Based on that, you have to make changes in your program. Changes because tests show the problem without knowledge. When after a test, if you met with some problem, you have to change your knowledge and code. So that is. Next is again is going out of range. I will just make it to the okay. Common assumptions. Maintenance begins when application released. Once the application is released, then the next job is maintenance, because as time goes, policy may change, customer requirement may change. Based on that, you have to maintain, or there may be some problem with the existing code, then maintenance have to be done. Maintenance means fixing bugs and enhancing features. That is called maintenance. Fixing bugs and enhancing features. What maintenance means? It's not a discrete activity but a routine part of development process. It's a routine part of development process. You have to release and then maintain. Code should be changed with the change in your knowledge. Definitely your code also will change along with the code. There are no final decisions as such. Tip 11 says decisions also have to be changed. As and when some requirement addition with the addition of features or requirement changes, your decision and even the team decision has to change. So there are no final decision. Next, don't repeat yourself. Don't repeat yourself. Maintenance is a very difficult task if your code is not following right principles. You can commonly use classes, you can keep it in a DLL file and you can call them wherever you want. Don't repeat it many places. That is, don't repeat yourself. Next comes duplication. There are certain types of duplications. Imposed duplication. Duplication has to be eliminated as far as possible. Because of it is imposed because of environment, you don't know. Because of different languages, code, documentation by different people and comments. Based on this, imposed duplication can be arised. Inadvertent, developers didn't realize it. This also developers didn't realize, because even without the knowledge of developers, duplication can arise in many places, even in the code, source code, project documents. Next is impatient, lazy developer. Without understanding, copy paste may create this problem. Lazy developer. Why not copy paste the existing code or class? It needs discipline and willingness to save pain later. But you can do it, but you should understand. Impatient duplication. Otherwise, impatient duplication. Inter-developer duplication. In a team, two programmers can work and make duplicates, of efforts. That is, encourage active and frequent communication between developers so that inter-developer duplications can be eliminated. These are the duplications. Tip 13. Make it easy to reuse. Always, we should develop the software in such a way that we must be able to reuse the classes and objects instead of writing the same in different places. Orthogonality. What is orthogonality? Two or more things are orthogonal if changes in one do not affect on the other or any other. That is orthogonality. When you make changes in some place, it should not affect the other. That is orthogonality. What are the benefits of orthogonality? It forces the developer to write independent and small code, reduces development time and testing because you are writing small codes, that too reusable code. Frequency of change in small code is relatively less than a bigger piece of code, and it is difficult also. Easier to slice out disease section of code. These are the benefits of orthogonality. Next, tip 14. Eliminate effects between unrelated things. When that is related to orthogonality. Otherwise, when you make a change in one place will affect in the other place, then problem will be high. So eliminate effects between unrelated things. Estimating. Anything can be estimated even with missing information, only if you are comfortable with estimation. Anything can be estimated even with missing information. With missing information, usually what we do in estimation is we can take historical data, that is project similar to previous project similar to this project. Take the estimation from that. So we can estimate. Everyone can estimate, it's just some are more accurate than other. Everyone can estimate, but some are more accurate. Why? Because they are passionate in their work. They are knowledgeable. Estimation is always contextual. Estimating the value of pi differs in different contexts. Pi 3.14 or 22/7. Similarly, estimation can value differs. For that, ask someone who has already done it. Take the expert judgment so that, problems in estimation can be avoided. Here comes estimating to avoid surprises. Tip 15. Estimate to avoid surprises. Understand what's being asked. Build a model of the system. Break the model into components, big system to small components. Give points to each component. Keep track of your estimation. These are all estimation techniques. Bring a larger problem to small components up to activity level. From activity level, you can estimate the number of resources required for that work. Estimate to avoid surprise. Then iterate the schedule with code. You have to work within the allotted time, within the schedule. So you iterate the code with the time, whether it can be finished in the allotted time schedule. That is tip 16. Debugging. It is a painful thing to look at your own trouble and know that you yourself and no one else has made it. So that is told by Sophocles. In the debugging, most of the programmers will not agree their mistakes. That's what it says. Do not describe bugs as object of terror. It's not a terror. It's a happening. Computer systems do what you tell them to do, not necessarily what you want them to do. So you have to be careful. Programmer has to be careful. No one writes a perfect software. We have discussed earlier. Debugging is just problem solving. Do not make it a emotional subject. It's not at all emotional. That's a part of your job. It's in the game. Do not spend time and energy laying blame on who created the bug. It doesn't matter the bug is your fault or someone else's. It is still your problem. As a programmer, pragmatic programmer, whatever happens in your problem, that is your mistake. Someone has developed some program and you have integrated your program with their program. No excuses. Everything is your program.